you are not man enough to be here right now to see what is going on with Pepe. Pepe is at $718 million market cap, and people are aping in with
Pepe's green
0.15 ETH. Why would you bet 0.15 ETH when this thing is about to, like, you're going to have to, what, like 10x? Are you going to 10x from now? You're going to do a $7 billion
You know what, Jedi? I don't like that attitude. Because you know what he's doing? He's buying the top, and he's going to be your exit liquidity very, very soon. So that Chad that is just keeps pushing it to all-time highs with $100. We salute you, sir. By the way, I don't know.
No, dude, no, because I'm not in this thing. I'm not in this thing. I've been fading it since 500K, bro. I'm not in this thing. I'm bitter and twisted right now.
Mate, I'm as bitter and twisted as you because somebody mentioned it in the Ape Enclosure newsletter at like 500K, and then somebody else bought it on the advice that we gave.
You were the one who mentioned it.
It was.
You even told me. You were in a meeting with me. You were in a meeting with me and said, dude, have you seen Pepe? It's at 5. It was at 600K at the time you had written the newsletter. Then you came onto a meeting and you said, hey, bro, have you seen Pepe? It's at 600K. This thing looks really good. And I'm like, dude, who would want to invest in a frog? Like, why would you invest in a frog?
See, I don't even remember my own fucking advice anymore. That's how much.
Dude, look at that. And then
you've got a habit of doing that, Dan.
I know. I just get so bejangled. Look at that. Look at Pepe's green PP. It go pum pum.
Oh,
I'm back, baby. I'm back on fire now. Here we go.
God. Is there any? Is Jared still around?
Jared's always around.
Jared's retired. He's gone to work at KFC. Subway fired him.
No worries. He's everywhere, dude. He's
there's a tiny little one here. Ooh. There's a tiny little one here. Because it shows you the burgers. It shows you the sandwiches.
The UI is horrible. I don't like the purple. It's offensive.
I quite like it. I never use it, to be fair, but
I've never been on this site before. Define.finance. It's pretty cool.
I just like it for the sandwich attacks.
Yes. You just what's that word called? That German word when you take great pleasure in watching other people suffer?
Domination.
Smart. What's it called? Schadenfreude. Yeah. So Grant is Grant Schadenfreude Blockmates. That's his name.
Schadenfreude Inu. That's the next.
There we go. There's a new name for a new coin. I bet you we're going to broadcast this thing and people are going to go and create a Schadenfreude Inu coin.
But look,
I bet you don't even know how to spell it.
Well, yeah, what were you saying about some of the orders that were coming in? Like, it's just every second, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some big orders coming in, dude. There's a big boy panty game that's being played now. It started happening since I mean, that's huge money.
Yeah, because all he needs to do is get like a 10% pump, and there's like 9K, bish bash bosh, done.
I wonder how many of this is people who've took profits then went back in because they realize it's going to like $1 billion.
There's probably quite a few of that. Let's contact Mike. Should we give Mike a call and find out where he's at? Because he'll be able to answer that question.
He won't be buying back in. No way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's people thought the game was over, didn't they? Because
well, we what happened was going into FOMC yesterday, the market really did take a dump, like proper, especially on the memes. And I was actually thinking, I wonder if it's over. Well, guess what? Maybe we're only getting started.
It was over until he finished, because like if you actually watched the press conference with Jay Powell, he was like, blah, 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 blah. Like he was literally stuttering all over the place. It's like the journalist kept roasting him on all these different questions.
It's actually one of the few that I haven't watched. I didn't actually follow it yesterday. He
was sweating, mate. Absolutely sweating.
Yeah. So thoughts, Grant, you've been very quiet around Pepe, even like just in a social context, you've been very, very quiet. And I'm just wondering are you one of those guys who aped in at like 60K and are now sitting on $1 gazillion, or are you also in the same boat as Dan and I, where we're paddling in a toilet that's fast sinking in a fast stream?
Said there's only spaces with Vertex yesterday. If I was one of those people, I wouldn't be sat here with you two plebs.
Well, as long as we've established the depth of our relationship, at least we can proceed from this point onwards.
Yeah, well, one good meme coin trade away from being associates.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Just kidding.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
On that bombshell,
guys. It's really been not so great knowing you. Dan, has been great knowing you, Grant. You know what? Cheers, brother.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for everything.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah, fucking hell. But did you see it really has just captured the full mind share of absolutely everyone, hasn't it? Not just Pepe, but the spillover of meme coins into. I seen how do you say his name? Raoul Pal. I always get mixed.
Pal,
I always get mixed up with the drag queen, RuPaul, and I end up using them interchangeably. But
I wonder how he'd feel about that if we told him that.
Oh, he'd probably, I could convince him to buy shares in it very easily, I think. But
so what did he say? What did Raoul say?
So I did have it here, but as you can see, it's not here anymore.
I think I found it. I'll send it to you now. Check in.
I've got it screenshotted on my phone because I didn't know if his account had been hacked.
I just linked it to you in chat. Just check it out. You can bring it up.
Here.
That's it. It's gone. Deleted.
No, it's in StreamYard.
Yeah, I've just clicked on it. It's gone. Disappeared. But basically, it was like, what is this? Hashtag turbo.
It says okay.
It was turbo. Yeah.
It says okay. I give in. How the hell do I buy turbo? I'm such a Neanderthal. Not financial advice. Tags RHETT. I don't know who that guy is, but it's like, come on. What's turbo like? Oh, but by the way, anyone listening and here's like tickers and shit, dog shit meme coins. If you listen to this and use it as financial advice, you deserve all the pain in the world, and that's the only disclaimer I'm gonna say. Don't be an idiot. If you listen to us, you will do something.
Just do not get involved, because it will end in tears, guaranteed.
So. Yeah, he's tweeted that out about this thing here, $1.5 million worth of liquidity, 35 million market cap. It looks like Jared's on this one as well because there's $33 million worth of volume. What was it called? You'll probably be able to see them coming in through the second. As soon as he's seen that tweet, he'll have been pointing it directly at it, I can imagine. But
so
it's just.
I know that I've asked this question already, but like, is it possible for a protocol to prevent Jared from participating, or do you think that they'd get so much heat around the fact that they are preventing the whole idea around decentralization that they don't even entertain the idea?
They don't. They won't want that.
Yeah.
They could, but look at the volume it brings in.
Yeah.
Especially into a market that's not got much liquidity now. Like, Jared's a godsend.
I'm also going to put a tinfoil hat on and say that they like projects like gas being this high because it stops paper hands selling because they can't afford to sell.
Yeah.
Like if you ever look at what happened on.
Just coming back to the psychology of this whole thing around Pepe at the moment, we're like almost at 800 million market cap. Solana's starting to wake up, guys. I noticed that there's quite a lot of movement in the shitcoin space in Solana as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if that also starts taking off in the coming days and weeks.
What the hell is gulag? Guac.
Guac.
Oh, guac. Oh, it's in guacamole. Oh, mate,
Yeah.
that is a genius idea.
So I seen this and I seen it drop, and I was like, yeah, over. But the beauty of that one, it's guac, and there'll be a lot of slapping the dip memes, won't they? So.
Oh my god!
So now we know who's behind Guac, guys. You know the non-dev. I bet something's going on here.
What's our favorite meme coin on Solana doing? Oh, bonker.
Probably nothing at the moment.
But it went to like fucking hell. What's that?
Oh wow!
You do know that it's going to do it again, right? You do know that.
It will, but dogs aren't in fashion at the minute.
No, the frogs are definitely in.
And if we got guac, it'll be Mexican season.
I do like that.
He is next. Yeah, same.
So what is the next coin going to come out? Going to be tequila?
Oh, or maybe tapioca. Whee!
You can see like what I've been up to all this week. It's been a complete shit show on my watch list.
But GND did well. Didn't GND hit all-time high yesterday?
It's still all-time high. He's going.
Not a shit coin, but still can't work out what it does. Still bought some anyway. But yeah, this looks interesting.
I think it's Ponzinomics. Like, I think it's got very similar to tokenomics to Grail, and I think that it's pumping now because they've got like Kronos pools as well. So everybody's like farming that, which is why token price go up.
Yeah, exactly. The Kronos, another the 3/3 decks, as if we needed any more. But don't know why this isn't showing up. But yeah, it's like I think it was like 900% or something on GND, and some other on another stable coin. So that's obviously why where the demand's coming from. CHR though, for the Kronos exchange.
They had a great start, and then it took quite a beating, and now it's starting to recover again. Yeah. Yeah,
it's not looking bad. I think they did this like NFT airdrop kind of thing, and obviously this is what happens when you just get people who sell immediately and stuff like that. But it's looked all right. But I'm happy to trade in and out of this thing. There's no way I'm holding it long term with the amount of emissions that are coming out from there. But we'll see. Doesn't look bad though. I just don't know how many more of these dexes we actually need. Like
a less efficient way of solidity, kind of like value accrual.
Solidly.
Yeah, that solidly. Sorry, I always confuse the two. Yeah, so they. I mean, I think it's quite similar to what Maya are doing, and Hermes, but not as efficient, from my understanding of it.
It won't be soon. It kind of is. It kind of is at the minute, but as soon as it gets onto Arbitrum, when they've got Talos, it's like game over. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know when that's going to happen?
Yeah, I think probably middle of June. They're busy with the audits at the moment. Yeah, the Maya crew take their audits seriously. They don't mess around.
So could you say that their transfer over to Arbitrum might link in with their Code for Arena event?
Yes, it will be, definitely.
Detective Dan on the case.
He always does this. He always makes these calls, but then he never actions on it or gets close associates, friends, and family to do the same thing.
Mate, bro, I just forget about it.
I mean, I will just do a little victory lap because we've been writing reports on Maya and Hermes for the last 6 months. So, like sub $10.
Yeah.
Like, all this time went up 6x. Same with Hermes. Like, we don't just do it for like the fucking fun of it. I don't like trying to help people out here. But yeah, what was that?
Yeah, that was when we started. Yes.
And
yes.
Like 5 and 6X's in plain sight. Great liquidity as well for it.
I mean, what is the liquidity for Pepe? Was it 1.6 million and 100? What was 1.2 million?
Mil. Oh, it's 10 mil now. I think I was listening. I seen Eric's post. Eric is the king of the shit coins, in my opinion. But he was saying it's now got more on-chain liquidity than SHIB, which is kind of mental. And also, you can't even put it on a fucking chart, can you? It's ridiculous.
The daily chart is just insane.
There's no point even looking at it.
It's insane. Absolutely insane.
With its centralized exchange listings as well, it's got by far and away. I can't believe this. This is like the trade of a lifetime. I can't believe
it's not even the trade. It's the trade of the freaking the millennium,
century.
Bro.
Yeah.
So how many hours a day do we spend doing this whole like crypto thing, and none of us got in early?
We're fucking idiots. That's why. We should just wind it down, right? Change the newsletter to the Shitcoin Times or something like that, and just only report on shitcoins, and then we'll be.
Don't give him any ideas, because you know that he'll probably start doing it. Like he'll do an addendum to the current one, and then it will end up developing into like this. Dude, let's do it. It's actually a really good idea.
That's actually quite a good idea, because that can link in all the time I spend like looking through wallets and shit. You know, all this like in the news today. Gary Gensler. Oh mate, no one cares about Gary Gensler. Fuck it off. Tell me about the frogs and the burgers and like the little pork chops that are running around. Mate, all I want to know is when are we going to get Little Miss Piggy Inu back? Because I swear she pumped hard. We had Elmo recently. Elmo hit like 10 million. Ridiculous. I got Mrs. Pepe.
I knew there'd be a Mrs. Pepe. There has to be.
Dude.
Fucking 500,000. What's that been up to? That's been up to 2.5 million. Mrs. Pepe, Jesus Christ. Right, so this is interesting, right? Did you see?
Yeah.
So Wall Street Bets, big subreddit that was like effectively behind GameStop and what was the other one, Dan? AMC. And they like Bed Bath and Beyond and shit like that as well. So obviously that was great during the bull market. That was definitely the biggest top signal of all time. But so these guys are sick of kind of seeing Wall Street Bet tokens, unofficial ones. So they decided to Wall Street Bets is the official meme coin of the subreddit Wall Street Bets. It's the fairest launch meme coin you'll ever find. No team allocation, no pre-sale, just a free airdrop and some coins for the community. 10% of the Wall Street Bet supply is reserved for the treasury. To do with as they please. I'm sure they will spend it wisely and definitely not waste it gambling or convincing each other to drink their own urine. So as this transpired, people connected the wallet. There was, I think it says down here, there was a total supply of 69,420,000,000. Good memes. Airdrop eligible wallets was only 297. And the airdrop was around 20% of the supply. So 20% of the supply got distributed to like around 300 people. So pretty good. So we have a look at chart.
And it has recovered very well. If you look at the buys that have just like dumped in, there has been some big buys right now.
So
there you go, 10 ETH, bosh.
That's fucking mad, isn't it?
Okay, so just hang on a second. Can you just rewind? Why has it dumped like this?
Right. So this is what I'm getting to. So one of the core contributors, this guy, ZJZ.eth. On Reddit, I run moderation bots for Wall Street Bets subreddit. So, oh shit, he's actually just tweeted. Right. So basically, this guy was on Twitter Spaces with everyone, and he just started dumping everything. So, and the stupid fucker has got an ENS, obviously. So if we want to check that out, how do you spell his name? Yeah, so he started dumping everything. Controller.
What a dipshit.
And it's like he's fully doxed and was behind it all. I think he got he's got 636,000 in his wallet at the minute. So, bit weird. So, anywho, so the Wall Street Bets Mod comes out and says, hey, ZJZ, I'm just going to call him that for now. If you don't get in touch with me in the next 4 hours, I will file a police report, an FBI report. You are fully doxed. I don't understand why you would do this. If somehow there's an explanation, you have to speak up, but I don't know how that's possible. You can still return the money. And then, I don't know if I should show that, actually. I don't know how I feel about. Actually, it hasn't showed his address. I'm all right with that. And he's been a cunt. So it said who this his unpopular account is. He's like, say his name, where he lives, Toronto, Canada. He is for now still the top mod of Wall Street Bets on Reddit. And then ZJZ from Long Island. He's in control of official Wall Street Bets and Wall Street Bets Discord server. So it's all kicking off. And I haven't seen this tweet. So apparently this guy's just came back online now after not posting anything since January 27th. Said, I'm seeking return mechanism for ETH. Threats/docs entirely unnecessary. Coin was being constantly secretly drained by the deployer Wall Street Bets mod with accidentally huge 25k airdrops he claimed /stalled off many. Hence his 0% allocation willingness to set up a pool for free. Need crypto Chad devs who can help and sort this out. Want to send the contract X ETH and can be claimable for those long, not via airdrop before dump. Wall Street Bets Coin was engineered to enrich Wall Street Bets mod. Lol, I imagine. Sorry it took so long to notice. It's hard to describe the feelings of realizing you've been had and knowing people in your community are getting bamboozled by a fox you let into their hen house. I thought I could read a .sol file and steer clear of the tomfoolery. So much for that. So what's he trying to say? That he dumped because he's seen there was another account draining it secretly?
Now I think then what was it that chick said, that really hot chick said a couple of weeks ago about something to do with her wallet accidentally doing malicious things? What was that tweet?
A mistake was made in a wallet that he controlled.
Yeah, I think that's what happened here, lads.
So that's what you need to post below his post. To say mistakes were made in a wallet that you were controlling.
That is hilarious.
This fixtures yo-yo. Oh, that's so epic, bro.
Be funny.
So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one. And in true fucking crypto fashion. So that's where the big dump was. I don't know if people are expecting that to run back up. Because what's that? That's
25 millish, wasn't it?
Fuck. Nah, it's got to be higher than that.
It might have been like the baby one that ran to that.
Oh, Wall Street's baby. So like 700% from 5 mil. So like 40 mil.
Just 40 mil, yeah.
Fuck me. So what's hilarious is this thing popped out of nowhere. So the Wall Street Bets Classic. So like the FTX and Luna Classic. I think KJ is rallying behind it.
Amazing.
It really is amazing, isn't it? It really is amazing.
No wonder no one takes his fucking space seriously.
Of course they should, and they should never take us seriously.
But that was a funny one as well. The multi-sig.
Well, what's amazing is you've got all these projects trying to do really good stuff around real yield and flywheels against, like, I don't know, some kind of like insurance or real world asset. And it's like, no, dude, this is just like pictures of like monkeys, of frogs, of pandas, and then just like random shitcoins. That's crypto, man. Don't worry about all that real yield bollocks. Man, that's boring. Give me more of this. Give me this drama. Mate, like
Eigenlayer? Nah.
Restaking.
Mrs. Pepe.
Hey, Mrs. Pepe.
It is the best casino on the planet, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh god, maybe we should just be like shitcoin insiders and just do away with all this.
I think we've gone too far away from our roots. Like trying to do all these like big gigabrain interviews with all these like really smart people. It's like, let's just get the dev of, let's get Wall Street Bets mod on with like this ZJZ.eth guy and just like duke it out pistols at dawn. Get them on like Pepe's game. They can do some like gambling on there, or Iconic Labs. You know, we do like $20 bets with them.
Yeah, we should moderate a fight between them.
Never say never.
Fight for the keys to the multi-sig. That's what they should do.
I'm right now, if I may reflect upon what I'm feeling, is that I'm in complete disbelief. Like, it's just...
Oh, God.
And it is May the 4th. I mean, it is Star Wars Day and the rest of it. And it's just...
Have you seen this thing?
I don't know.
This is just like Ponzinomics. Like, this is like ridiculous Ponzinomics. And I think, to my understanding, they launched ages and ages and ages ago, but I think something fluffed up, and now they've like come back again.
There was a small exploit for like 15 ETH.
In a wallet they controlled. I got you.
Mm-hmm. So this J Peggers, which is a hilarious name. It's a bit funny because
sorry, did I mention that I was in disbelief? Well, guess what? It's just been compounded.
I'll try and talk you through it as much as I can help. So they're trying to like come across somewhere to tax loss harvest on your NFTs, which it feels a bit of a. We know what it feels like.
Great idea.
You know, on like Breaking Bad, where they have like a nail salon as the laundering place.
Dude, you are 100% right. That is exactly what this is. That's exactly what it is. And with a name like that, this is effectively a nail salon.
So the actual tax loss harvest tool is good, but that's not what everyone's paying attention to. Everyone's paying attention to. Let me just actually type in the URL because it doesn't fucking work when I click on it. So this J token, you can buy it or you can sell it directly through the contract. So if you buy it, obviously the supply increases. If you sell it, you effectively burn it, and you eat 10% either side. So if you were to buy $1,000 worth, you'd come out with $900 worth of J. If you were to sell $1,000 worth, you'd come out with $900 after you burn it effectively. And that 10%, 2% is distributed to USDC J LPs. 7% is used to back all the J in existence. So J effectively has an ETH backing, and then there's like 1% to like Treasury or whatever that shit it is. And then you can take J USDC, LP it on Uniswap V2, and then, as I say, each time people buy and sell J, that 10%, the revenue is distributed towards J USDC LP stakers. But it's kind of like a weird, strange kind of game theory, because effectively the J is actually backed by some like the underlying ETH. So there's like 6.35 million ETH backing J. So effectively, depending on if it's worth eating the 10% fee on buying it or redeeming it, you can actually arbitrage it out on the Uniswap pair. So this is what people have been doing. There was $1 million worth of volume, but now there's 521. So it seems to be dropping off a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. It feels a bit like a reverse Ponzi, like a reverse Ohm fork or some shit. So I've got some JUSDC, so we're going to see what happens there. The current APR, where the fuck is it? Current APR is like 665%, which is just under 2% a day. So we'll see. If I bring you over the weekend crying, it's because the Ponzi's down to shit. But it's got some decent backers, to be fair. Like some trusted, well, as trusted as you can be in this space, I suppose. I think the guy was like ex-Arve, and let me see if I can bring up their Twitter anyway.
I think you got Iceberg. Yeah, I think he was NFT.
Did I mention that I was in complete disbelief? Oh, dude.
Yeah, so this is the latest Ponzi.
Only in crypto, eh?
Pretty good Ponzi, to be fair.
Insane.
Yeah, so we'll see. It'll probably end in tears like it usually does. Do you see this? Ex-OpenSea manager Nate Chastain, I believe his name's pronounced, guilty of NFT fraud and money laundering. So you know when he was so basically from
20 ETH, right? Was that him?
Yeah, from what I can remember, the guy was the one responsible for effectively the front end. And obviously when you go on OpenSea, they have like verified collections that get listed on the front here. So and obviously that's of benefit to the specific collection or item in the collection, isn't it? So so he was effectively buying stuff knowing it was going on the front page and then like flipping it. So I don't know what's happened to him. Let's have a little. So convicted by a jury of wire fraud and money laundering, pled not guilty, allegedly made over 50 grand. It's all just a bit pathetic, isn't it, really?
What did he get sentenced? What did they sentence him for?
Doesn't seem worth it though for 50k. Like, especially when you've got like some of these other NFTs that are like worth $1 million.
Yeah, but let's not pick on this Nick guy, even though what he did isn't technically correct. Like, what's Nancy Pelosi been doing for the past fucking 40 years? This guy's made 50 grand. He's probably spunked it all, probably put it in UST or something. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's just like one rule for them and another for other people. Obviously, I don't agree with it, but fucking hell. Pictures of JPEGs, who gives a shit?
Mad.
I don't really know. Yeah, I was just trying to follow the funding on this. Do you want to look at any charts? Any of the big lads?
It seems.
Oh, sweet. However you want to pronounce it. Sui. Sway. May as well look at Sway.
What are you thinking?
Pretty uneventful.
You do know what's going to happen with this thing, right? Once the market makers have cleared their books and done all they need to do, this thing is going to go absolutely one way, and that's going to be up. Because right now, right now it's just huge sell pressure. It's just like insane sell pressure.
There's a really good article that we co-authored with Arrakis on the Blockmates site. It should be on the homepage. Maybe that's what we should do if we know what articles are going on the homepage. We should buy the coins and get sued for fraud after if the token pumps. But Arrakis.
Disclaimer: we definitely don't do that because we're definitely not smart enough to do that kind of shit.
Can you tell I'm tired? Yeah, so Arrakis co-authored it on how market making deals actually work in in crypto. So it's effectively there's a few ways that people go around doing it. But if you want to learn how something like this is actually going to play out, like why do market makers get tokens? What's their incentive? Do they get paid by the project? So I can imagine with these, it will have just been an option deal. So let's say, what did this launch at? Does anyone know?
Like 10 cents, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was 10 cents. It was 10 cents.
So 10 cents, right? I don't know. Let's say like a round number of $3, $2 anyway. So market makers will have got it at a specific price. Let's say 10 cents for ease, and then they'll come up to an agreement over like the course of 2 years and say, right, well, we'll have a strike price of $1.50 for like 1% of the supply of tokens. So in the market makers are incentivized to keep price as high and as above the $1.50 range as physically possible, because when the time comes at the end of the contract or in tranches, they can effectively exercise their right to buy their share of the tokens at the strike price, which we just hypothetically said $1.50. So if it's at $10, they want to buy 1% of the supply for at $1.50, then obviously there's a great spread in between that. So that's how they'll tend to work. There's a lot of dodginess that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of opaqueness and stuff like that. But effectively, projects and market makers are well aligned on allowing their token price to appreciate. So that's how they kind of tend to do it. But the article goes into it a little bit more depth on that. And obviously, Arrakis are kind of doing it on chain. So it's a bit of a remedy to the opaqueness that happens in these traditional market making deals. Because there's like 4% set aside for these. Obviously, you'd ideally want more market makers with different strike prices, with less option to purchase a large percent of your token, because if they do buy it and then realize it, you're gonna have a fat stink bid in your chart, aren't you? So, but yeah, this is, as I said, very, very uneventful. I think when people stop paying attention to it, then it might be one to keep an eye on, particularly like this 110, 120 range, but we'll see.
So at $1.52, the market cap will be at 800 million. It's
pathetic, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I mean, that's not a lot, realistically, in terms of, like an L1, but, and what Aptos did. And, 1 billion market cap, the price is at $1.89. Obviously, fully diluted, it's a different story. I mean, it's pretty much at 18.9 billion at $1.89.
That's ridiculous.
But this is what the whole thing around these things is, and
there is so much.
I know, dude. It's like, and I don't know why people support this kind of thing either. It's like people should just refuse. Obviously, that's never going to happen. But it's kind of like, what exactly does this thing do? Does it actually do anything? Like, is it going to add any value in terms of what it is that we already have out there? I doubt it. It's kind of like the same thing with ZK Sync. And it's like ZK Sync has just been weeks of continuous scams and just all this dodgy stuff. And then people like try and find rationale around the fact that, but Binance was like that as well. And so was Arbitrum. But that doesn't mean that it's okay.
I can't remember Arbitrum being that bad.
Not really. Arbitrum was nowhere near like ZK Sync. But people like to say that because they've got some kind of a vested interest in ZK Sync now, and it's like, it's fine, it's just part of the process. No, it shouldn't be a part of the process. We should not stand for this kind of stuff. It's unacceptable that these dudes come along and a lot of VCs throw a lot of money in it, and then all of a sudden they create this hypothetical value, and then people ape in. It's just insane.
Again, we're on the wrong side of the grift here. So let's start.
Like
Pepe chain. It's an L1. It's an L2, actually. It's got ZK technology, and what else does it do? Yeah, we're raising it at 100 billion.
When you know that you should have just like blindly aped into something, but you just didn't, and then you've just sat there and watched it like go from 60K to 1 million in literally the space of this podcast. Amount of cope right now, which is why I went quiet, because I just looked at the chart and it is only up right now. It is absolutely crippling. What the fuck?
God,
and then the interesting thing is when you do ape in, it just does one thing. It goes to 0.
Oh yeah,
mental.
100%. I've got the most Sol I've ever owned in my life at this point in time.
But you know what? This podcast is going to be called the Copium Series. And there'll be 3 degenerates who fail to be degenerates, who reflect upon the fact that they are poor degenerates, and that will cope forevermore.
Mate, three idiots. 3 idiots in a glass of copium. That's what you want, eh?
No, dude, I'm not drinking out of a glass of copium. I'm drinking out of a well. It's like this endless supply of copium.
Mate, I'm standing under like a waterfall of copium where it's just like continually pouring at you, and it's the kind of like waterfall that is so beautiful that you take a load of pictures for the gram and get a bajillion likes, but then you become some kind of like travel influencer. Insane.
I promise you, this stream is going to land up being the most watched stream we've ever put out there, and it's for one reason and one reason only. Guys, did you watch the Blockmates guys cry for an hour?
I think bankers always beat us to the punch on that one as well.
So do you think, Grant, you keep on coming back to this chart? Do you think this thing's going to land up going straight back up again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you look at the amount of buys that are going in right now and the size of them, like, by the way, Jared is in here. Like, I spotted him a little while ago. Jared's in here.
So if 40 million, it was 32 million volume earlier. It's now at 40. Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we need to follow Jared around. If you see Jared's involved, then it's going to go up. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, have you tracked Jared's wallet? Because the notifications you get, it's just like the minute Bitcoin chart. Like I did it on like Telegram, like that. And I was like, oh mate, I can't do that. I can't do that. So you got on one screen you got Jared, on the other screen you got the 1 minute Bitcoin chart. Everything's going over. I'm just sat there staring, and then you've got like people in Discord saying, "Hey Dan, what do you think of this project?" I'm like, bro, I ain't got a clue what your project is, dude. Like seriously, like let me hang out for half an hour.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god, it's got worse.
Has it got worse? It's not possible. That's him. That's his wallet. FAE13. That's him.
He's back up to.
That's him.
Back up to 6.53% of all gas spent in the last 24 hours.
Can we put like "Hey Big Spender" music over this part of the podcast?
He spent 6.6 million in the last week in gas.
How is that? That's a lot of ETH, dude. That's just gone forever.
3,529. No, it's not. It's one in the fucking staker's back pocket, which is great. Ultrasound money.
So eigen staking might actually be a good thing then. Okay. See what you did there.
No, so that's what's this one saying?
Did I mention that I was in complete disbelief?
Seriously.
I'm in absolute. I don't think I've ever been in this much disbelief process in my entire life. How is it possible that a bot has burnt $6 million worth of gas in 1 week?
He's spent over the last 3 months 19.5 million.
Dude.
He spent that in fees.
Wow. How much has he made total? Just off that?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't know.
I'd love to see a breakdown in terms of what he's actually made. I mean, if he's spending 20 million in fees alone, surely the percentage of what it is that he would be a correlation to that. Like, is he making like 3% on a trade on average, 1%, 2%? How does it work? How does the MEV bot work, or does it vary?
It just varies from each one, depending on slippage, gas.
Yeah, okay.
He's effectively, we covered it in the newsletter a couple of weeks back, but if there's a trade that comes in that's I don't know, might be 10% slippage, that algorithm that he's running has to work out whether him putting his gas much higher than yours to get priority to be listed in the block before you, to then bump the price up to then resell it after, is actually financially worthwhile. And then if it is, then the transaction will go through. So it's like an if that, then this kind of thing. But there's been a few people that said they actually got in front of him, but they were obviously setting the gas really, really high. But I don't. He's obviously making money. No one's spending 20 million over the last 3 months if they're not making a really handsome profit, are they? So, and he also has to have the money there to effectively spend it. Or I think a lot of them will use flash loans as well. So they'll use like flash loans to enable like the liquidity to come out at that particular point. But I don't fucking know. It's it's just mental.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Getting tempted to buy some of this.
Mate, I'm pranging out so hard on a couple of these charts because they're just like up and away. Mental in it.
So Dan, what is generally the behavioral trait around these shitcoins, or do they just vary so much? Where do they like start up and just go straight up and then there's the dump, or do some of them like start up really slow and there's intermittent dumping and then it just goes straight up? I mean, how does the general, like, how do you read the general success? Like, is there a general success picture or behavior around these kind of meme coins?
It massively depends, but basically step one of any meme coin is launch it, shake the snipers, and then continue. So like every single contract has, I guess like bots watching it that'll ape in like, I don't know, $50 into it, which this is where you see like those $50 buys turn into like $1 bajillion on these massive runners. They'll just do it for absolutely everything. You shake the bots out, you might have like super high tax or whatever to shake them, and then they'll go. Sometimes like devs launch it, shake the bots, and then just let it sit for ages. You'll see a few random buys, which is the insiders. Then all of a sudden you'll see, X, Y, and Z shilling it on Twitter. I have to be very diplomatic there, eh?
Yeah, you did it very well. You almost blurred though. We saw that. It was almost a blur.
But even with like, I think the Bob chart looks quite cool because it looks like a nothing burger. Then all of a sudden, like Bob burgered and it just mooned.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look, see if we can get down to that.
So what you're saying is that there is obviously that initial process where the bots do their thing and they kind of like make their profit, then they exit. Do the bots then re-enter at a certain level, or do they kind of like thin out, or do they wait for the next pump? I mean, how do the guys generally do that from a bot perspective?
Early snipers get in, you shake them, and then they're gone. Some might linger. Some are on like auto sell. Some are on like manual sell as well. And then you'll find just like regular people just buying in later on. So these, if you wanted to find wallets, the ones that are really early here are probably pretty useless unless you yourself have like some kind of copy trading bot or sniper bot yourself. Because what you can do is you can follow these snipers, copy trade them, and if they're a good sniper and they're sniping really good contracts consistently early, then you copy trade that with a bot, and then you can just let things run. But the smartest thing probably to do is not get that initial pump. It's to wait a little bit, or find the wallets that are smart money that may ape in at like, I don't know, 100k, but have a lot of success at it.
I think that's the move because, well, it's not, because you can obviously make a shit ton of money if you can get in like sub 50k, but you're probably going to spend a load of money doing that and sniping contracts that are complete honeypots or dog shit as well. But and a lot of those people will effectively create new wallets to ape new contracts as well, so that you don't really have the history of following if they've been productive or not. I don't know. There's a few accounts I even follow that they're just, if you know they're talking about it, it's good to go. But
it's like you said, we're on the wrong side of this whole thing. It's kind of like we like, doing all the research, like asking, most of the time we're asking the right questions and trying to get perspective around what people are trying to solve and trying to do. And then on the other side of it, it's just pure casino, like, okay, well, this is just launched. I'm going to set up a bot. I'm going to go and take the time and the thing's just going to snipe. And if we get lucky, we get lucky. If we don't, doesn't matter.
You also got to think about like narratives. Like, so we got Pepe narrative, we had Ryoshin narrative. Will we get Bob narrative? I don't know, maybe. We had Wall Street Bets and AMC, GME, Reddit, and all that kind of shit narrative. I'm just waiting for the anime season to. Do you remember we had Bird season as well? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy.
You just need that one that cuts through, though, don't you? So
well, listen, guys. Pepe is the one that has done exactly that. It's done exactly that. It's broken. It's broken it. I mean, we're looking at what, $700 million. It's a 700. Well, it's dropped quite substantially. I mean, it pumped hard and now it's dumping very nicely. 630.1 million right now. I don't know about you, but that's the GDP of most countries. You know what I mean? It's like, it's ridiculous.
Mate, that's going to be my bar tab at the weekend as I celebrate the king getting his coronation. I can't wait.
I mentioned that I was in complete disbelief, even more so after I heard what Dan just said.
Mate, you wait until the pictures come over the weekend. Jesus Christ, you ain't going to know what's hit you.
Are you out all the weekend?
Well, we might go and have to contribute to this epic figure that apparently in the UK there is going to be over 68 million pints of beer consumed. I may do my bit in being a statistic for the weekend.
Of course you are.
To salute old sausage fingers.
Hey.
Jesus Christ, you wouldn't want to slip over on them, would you? See the size of them.
To conclude, meme season does not look like it's over because of FOMC. In fact, if anything, it's given everyone the opportunity to buy the dip, and it looks like we're in for possibly a very eventful weekend around memes. That's what it seems like right now. I mean, it is still Thursday, Friday.
It's probably best not to go out of the weekend because I feel like this is going to be one of those weekends where a lot of shit just pumps.
I think so.
Hopefully. I'm going to win for the weekend, so hopefully not anyway.
I've got lots of footy. I've got lots of footy games this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The kids are out there, and I'll be shouting a lot.
Oh God! Gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. If you listen,
definitely one of the more fun episodes, just because we're copium and we're in disbelief. I did mention that a couple of times. Please like and subscribe. We do appreciate it. It does go a long way. Please comment. Tell us how much you are enjoying the pain and suffering that we're experiencing at the moment. We'll be sure to respond.
And you can share your meme coins below as well.
Yeah,
yeah. And on that bombshell.
All right, take it easy. See ya.
Take it easy.